subscribe. In this video, I'm going to be teaching some things about food and some simple food tricks, okay? So, let's get started. The weird thing about food that I've come to discover after a bunch of time of living, all right, is that food is good. A lot of people like to say that food is better when you take your time eating that. My opinion, I would not enjoy food if I ate it really slow, because then to me it's just like, it just makes my brain all jumble up, and it's just like, oh, this is annoying. Why am I taking forever to eat this one piece of food? And then, like, you know, it's just like, for me, it creates this like thing of where like I'm anticipated for the next bite. And if you do take forever eating the same piece of food, it's going to eventually lose its flavor. My opinion, why do you want to keep chewing on the same piece of food until it loses its flavor entirely? Then that just gets annoying. That also wastes a bunch of time. So don't eat super slow, my opinion. Also, don't rush it. Don't rush it, but take an appropriate amount of time, okay? That is my opinion. There's a bunch of people who will disagree with me. That's just my opinion there. But don't eat it way too fast, okay? Just properly enjoy the food. Another thing is that when you're done eating food, if you think about, you know, I'm not sure if there's anybody who really does this. There's some people who do. I bet there's a bunch of people who don't. But for those of you who do, here's my advice for that. Do not, after you eat food, if you think about that food and if you think, was that worth it? Was that good enough? It's not gonna work out, because after you eat food, every time you eat food, after you eat it, you're not gonna have the same perspective on it. Your brain's gonna assume that it was a waste of time eating that food. It was a waste of space, whatever the hell. It was not that enjoyable. And then you don't like remember the taste as well. You only enjoy it while you are currently eating it. Now, I'm not urging people not to buy food that they want to eat. You could still do that. Just, I'll have you know that it does not do anything if you try to think of food right after you eat it, all right? Also, another tip, the younger you are, the less you have to worry about your metabolism. There even is specific people that they can eat almost whatever they want and they will never gain too much weight. But the older you are, the more you will gain weight just from eating what a kid would think is a normal amount of food, or at least a bunch of kids, I don't know. When you get older, you actually have to watch what you eat a lot more, and you have to have that discipline to only eat special food on special occasions, or even like once a week, all right? Another thing that I would like to mention, donuts. I actually bought a couple of them this week, and yes, they were good, but I sat and thought to myself, well, yeah, they were good, but you know what? I think I just should not buy donuts. Why am I saying that? Because I've heard so many damn times, so it has to be true at this point. And if it's not true, it's still an amount of sugar in general. Like, if whenever people say, oh, donuts have a lot of calories, donuts have a lot of sugar, they're crazy in that. If they're not actually truthful about that, then I'm not that far off the truth, because they're literally made out of chocolate a lot of times or whatever, and have like those sugary things, and those are actually bad for your health. So regardless, this statement I'm about to make will help you regardless, okay? Stay away from donuts. In my opinion, they're not that worth it, all right? Unless you are extremely physically fit and you're like, well, you know what, I want to try one once in a while, then sure. But most of the time, just stay away from donuts, all right? It's just stupid to eat them. If your family does buy you donuts and you don't want to be rude and decline the offer, then eat them at a very slow pace. 1 or even 2 every 6 days or something like that. So like one every 3 to 5 days. All right. If you have more than that, then do not do any more than 4 a month. All right. But honestly, in general, Maybe you just eat a couple and then say, I don't want to eat anymore. I want to stay healthy and stuff like that. All right. Donuts are literally a waste of calories. All right. It's so stupid to eat them. Do not. Now, a bonus section to this video. I'd like to also talk about drinks. All right. There's a lot of people who love to drink coffee and especially buy it from a place in the morning or whatever. Do not do it. In my opinion, it is a waste of money. Unless you have a lot of money, do not buy coffee every morning. You will save so much by making coffee at home. But my opinion in general, I believe that you shouldn't even drink coffee in the morning anyway, because then it gets you an unhealthy addiction to the coffee. Eventually, you're going to need more. Eventually, you're going to get so immune to the caffeine that you're going to need like 10 cups of coffee just to do the powers that one used to do when you first started drinking coffee. It's a lot healthier to depend on sleep and no caffeine for energy. Over time, it is accomplished, all right? And it can be accomplished. You can get energy without relying on caffeine. It is possible. So, while you guys are young, try and do that for yourselves, all right? Try and do that. And another opinion I have is what you should do. Well, what I do is last year I only did about a month and a half, but I'm going to set a new goal for myself, all right? For at least 8 months, I'm going to spend 8 of the months of 2024 not drinking soda. That means 8 months in a row, all right? So every year I'm going to pick a random day to start. I already started like a week ago. I'm for 8 months in a row. So let me think. Damn, I have till the end of November, I guess then. So 8 months in a row, do not drink soda. That's what I'm doing. Only drink water. What I'm doing is I'm only drinking water, not drinking soda, not drinking coffee, but I will drink milkshakes or dessert like drinks or, stuff like that. Because that is not a part of the challenge. The challenge is to just stop consumption of like stuff like iced tea, soda, coffee, basic stuff like that. Cutting out everything except for water and desserts at the normal desired times. That is what I'm specifically doing. So I urge you guys to go and do that as well. If you don't, then that's okay. If you do start a thing like this, at first you'll hesitate. You'll be like, oh, I want to drink soda so bad. Oh my goodness, this is so hard. And then eventually it will work. Get over the feeling. It's not that difficult. Now, it might be difficult for some people. Maybe it's just easier for me because I'm just built different, I guess. I don't know. But maybe it is as easy for everybody. I do not know. I hope it is as easy for everybody, though. It'll save you so much money if you just focus on drinking water. Water is so much cheaper than soda, all right? So much cheaper. In 99% of cases, water is cheaper than soda. So, in my opinion, don't ever drink coffee in the morning at all. And if you are, make it at home so that it's a lot cheaper. Another thing that should be mentioned here is do not overeat, okay? Do not overeat. There is this thing I do where sometimes it will seem like I am overeating, but I am aware when I eat a lot, because then I will tell myself, okay, I'm just not going to eat anything else for the rest of the day or whatever. For example, if I have a big lunch, I'll have a very tiny dinner. Sometimes I do like to eat more than you should in a designated meal, but I always calculate, well, I make sure not to eat too much any of the other meals. For example, pizza. If normally you could eat like 2, maybe 2.5 for like a meal. Sometimes I'll have 4, but then I'll literally, one of my meals will be like just a sandwich, and then like another one of my meals will be like another sandwich and maybe like a side at like lunch, and then that's it. I personally feel that is appropriate enough. Now, some people may disagree, but I'm at an age of where I require more food than some people. Some people require more food than others. I'm one of those who require more food just because I I am growing right now. All right.